2 to the last video of the glitterified ashtray. So we're going to be adding a decal picture and we're going to be adding some vinyl. So before we get into the video, because I did not show me making the decal and the words on Cricut Design Space, so I'm just going to give you the measurements. So for the picture, which is printed off on printable vinyl, the sizing is, the width is 2.5 and then the height is 3.2. And then for the words, which is locked and loaded, the width is 3 and then the height is 2.5. And then for the Chanel logo, I did not unlock the size. I just kept it locked and then I put the width at 2.5 and it will make the height for you. All right, guys, so that is that. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, so first thing you want to do, I don't know if you can see it, this line right here, the very bottom of the cup. I'm going to just fill it up to there because I want to use just a little bit of epoxy because I just need the outside to be hard so I can actually stick my decal and vinyl to it. But I'm not going to do the lid until after I'm finishing. I'm doing a second layer of epoxy for the ashtray. So I'm not going to do the lid right now, but we will do the lid in the end. Yeah, this may not be enough for 2. As you can see, I only have one of the cups on the spinner because I want to try something with this one. If you watched any of my earlier videos, I used to put epoxy on the outside of my regular ashtrays for my rolling tray sets. So I'm basically going to try to do this one. This is a mess up cup I did. I didn't take the tape off until after I did the polyacrylic, and this is why you take the tape off before you seal the cup or the glitter. But anyway, so this is just a mess up cup that I'm going to be using for experimenting. But yeah, so if you watched in my earlier videos, you would have seen I used to epoxy the outside of my regular ashtrays, and they used to, you know what I'm saying, drizzle down, and I would just clean them up. So that's what I'm going to try with this one since I only have one spinner. But like I said, I'm probably gonna have to make another epoxy because this probably won't be enough for both. And then I have this I'm in love with. These are it's a makeup or something applicator to use to put makeup on or something like that, but they're at the Dollar Tree in the makeup section, and I just use them to put my epoxy on because my gloves that I've been having to deal with are too big to use my finger as I would usually do. So, but I actually love this more than I love using my finger anyways. Okay, so since we're only doing a thin layer, I'm just going to paint it on. I'm not going to pour it on. Doesn't matter how perfect or not perfect it is, because like I said, we're only doing this to make the outside of this cup hard so we can add the decal and vinyl. Because for whatever reason, it does not like sticking to glitter. Even with you sealing glitter, it does not want to stick to it. And as you can see, it's not even dripping or drizzling or any of that. So that's why I feel like we'll be okay doing this cup like this, because it's a very thin layer of epoxy. And it will probably, with the cup being upside down, it probably will drizzle a little bit, but we're just going to watch it and catch any of the drizzle. I know a lot of people were asking in my last video with just the glitter for the ashtray, why did I not use epoxy? Why did I use polyacrylic? I'm sorry, why did I use polyacrylic instead of epoxy? But with me, for my sets, I only sell them for $8. So, you know, epoxy is expensive. And if you do a lot of trays as I do, then, you know, I want to save as much epoxy as possible. So if I don't need to use epoxy, I do not use epoxy. Now, if you want to give your cup that shiny gloss look like it does right now, and that hardening, then yes, epoxy, of course. But if you are selling them, just make sure you are selling them for more than enough, because like I said, that epoxy is not cheap. But as you can see, you don't need a lot of epoxy for these cups. So now that I'm doing it, I might actually start epoxying them. Once we're off quarantine, I plan on investing in more spinners, because I'm getting more into mugs and tumblers, and I'm doing these ashtrays, but I want to take my ashtrays a little to the next level a little bit and add decals and things like that. So I'm gonna need more spinners, and I hate this spinner. This spinner is actually just a little cheap $15 spinner I got off Amazon. I mean, don't get me wrong, it gets the job done, but I'm just not a fan of it. Okay, so that's enough, I guess. But now we're going to do this one. I'm just gonna put it on my hand and dip and paint. Let these dry, and when they're dry and they're hard, we will come back and add the decal and the vinyl to it. Alright, so we're back, and the ashtrays are a little sticky. You can hear it, but I'm impatient and I'm ready to get this done to see how it looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So first we're going to do the silver one. We're going to do Locked and Loaded with this Afro Girl, or not Afro Girl, Dread Girl. So this transfer sheet I got from 651vinyl.com. This is actually for the shirts or the heat transfer, but I use it for my vinyl because it works very well. So I just cut out the size that I need. Side now. So I'm just gonna lay this on the vinyl. Peel that right off, and then I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I have it lined up where I want it. And I'm hoping that the stickiness of the cup, I'm not gonna have a problem with the stickiness. See, all right then. So we're stuck because the vinyl accidentally touched the cup, and now I can't get it off. So we're here. All right, I want it down just a little bit, but whatever, that's fine. It'll do. Now we're just pressing that vinyl down the cup. And hope it, since it's sticky, it has no issues sticking down. Alright. And I'm pushing down on the vinyl as I'm pulling the transfer tape backwards. That is the easiest way to get your vinyl to lay down. There we have it. That is beautiful. Now I'm going to turn my cup to the other side. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take my cup off. Take my cup off just to make sure I get it where I want it. And this image is printed off on printable vinyl. Okay. Same exact thing. Make sure you lay it down as flat as possible. And with this being a little bit sticky, it's actually making it very easy. So now we have that. I'm gonna put it right back on the cup turner. And that's that. Okay. Now we're going to do Chanel on this one. Same exact process. I'm going to do it upside down because remember the cup is upside down. So, not going to do it upside down. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing we did the first time. We're just going to paint the epoxy on over the decal and your vinyl. And another reason why you want to paint it on, because you don't want it to be too thick, because once again, if it is too thick, the lid will not go on. So you want it as thin as possible. To do our lids. We're going to do our lids now. And this part you want to be very careful when you do it, because you do not want to get have drip marks on the black side, just because it'll look tacky. Won't necessarily hurt anything. The only reason why I'm putting epoxy on the lid is just to give it that gloss look. You don't want your ashtray to be looking all glossy and your lid look all dull. So it really is a preference. So now we are done with that, and we are once again, we're going to just wait and let them dry. That's how they look right now. So I'm very excited. I think they're going to be very, very, very cute. It is going to kind of just take your little glitter ashtray sets to another level. As far as the lighter goes, you can do the same exact thing with the lighter. I just chose not to because, for one, this silver set is for me. I don't smoke. I just want it for my car for decoration, so I don't need the lighter at all. And then with this pink set, it is just for the tutorial. So yeah, so I didn't want to waste this pink lighter. I could have used for a different order because the lighter's fine, but the ashtray is jacked up. So with the lighter, you would do the same thing. You would dip it and you would paint it with the epoxy, a thin layer of epoxy, and then add whatever you want to put on your lighter, and then that is that. And you would dry your lighter the same way you dried your lighter when you did the polyacrylic and the Mod Podge. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then I will be back to show you the finished look. So we are back and everything is dry and hardened. I just want to say first thing first, with these, whatever you call them, I don't want to say brushes, but whatever you call these, the epoxy, when it is hardened, it peels right off. So you can reuse these if you want, instead of buying them over and over. But these are my new favorite tools. Anyways, so this is how it looks after it is done drying or hardening, whatever you want to call it. This is the finished look. Go ahead and add the lid on. All right, and this is the finished look. Cute. And then this is the mess up cup that I did. Cup is still messed up, but it's a cuter mess up, I guess. So that is that, you guys. All right, guys, that is the video, and that is how you customize your car ashtrays. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope this brings you joy. As usual, you guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As of today, which is May 1st, I am a little bit under 7,000, so I don't know where I'll be once this video actually posts, but I cannot say thank you enough. I really, really, really appreciate it. It is a huge blessing to me, and everybody who has joined my crafting group, thank you, because as you know, if you've been following me since day one, I was begging for people to join and actually interact, and now it's overwhelming and it's beautiful. So thank you, and if you have not joined and you are interested, as usual, the link will always be in the description below. Now my son has a YouTube channel. He's doing gaming. I'm not really into gaming, but if you're into gaming, or if you know someone's into gaming, or have a child who's into gaming, please subscribe to his upcoming channel. That link will also be in the description below. And until next time, you guys, stay blessed and stay safe.